G'day. This video is one that I've prayed that I would never have to make. Unfortunately, the time has come. I've said it many times before. I mean, thousands of you have commented on it, some good, some not so good, but it's a reality. And my comment has been, we are the generation of Australians who will be seen by all of history as the generation of Australians that witnessed the total destruction of what was a great country, Australia, and we did nothing to stop it. We did nothing to stop it. I'm here today to tell you, I've had a gutful. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to stop it, or to help stop it. I'm not kidding myself that I can do it by myself. And I appeal to every single one of you to do two things. One, sit back quietly and think about the destruction of our nation and what that's going to mean to you, to your family and to your country. And two, please share this video. I mean, everybody asks, yeah, please share the video, share the video. I'm not sure why that is, to get likes or comments or I don't know, whatever. But that's not why I'm asking. I'm asking you to share this video because there's only one thing that is going to save our country. And that is the name of my business, the will of Australians. I'll say it again, the will of Australians is the only thing that is going to save this nation. Politicians won't save us, they're destroying it, particularly this current government. Corporations won't do it, they're just exploiting all of us Australians to maximise their profits, and they're making billions and billions of dollars in profits from us. But that's fair enough, that's business. Minority groups are not going to solve it. They are helping to destroy us. And I'm going to read to you some things. I'm sorry, I didn't want this to go on any longer than I absolutely had to, but I'm a member of the Institute of Public Affairs here in Australia, and I highly recommend it to all Australians. I mean, people like Tony Abbott are involved, Peter Credlins are involved. It doesn't cost a lot of money to be involved, but these people tell it like it really is. They comment on climate change, they comment on net zero, COVID vaccine, they tell it like it really is. And coincidentally enough, this morning, as I was preparing for this video, which I'm really not all that well prepared anyway, but I'd like to read this from the Institute of Public Affairs. The work of the Institute of Public Affairs is more important today than it's ever been before. The Australian way of life is under relentless assault. Are you listening to that? The Australian way of life is under relentless assault by the political class, mainstream media, big corporates, universities, and many civil institutions. Politically, the centre-right, meaning the Liberal Party, is at a low ebb across the most states and at the federal level. Our nation is facing a crisis of leadership, and mainstream Australians are growing increasingly restless with the current state of affairs, which summarised means what I said before. The only thing that can save us is the will of the Australian people. And I'm going to set out now what could be the end of me, but I have to do it anyway. G'day back again. I'm going to try and shorten this video down because I'm sure we're all sick and bloody tired of watching long videos. I'm going to put up what I believe to be the 10 points that are going to mean the survival or the destruction of Australia. don't think I haven't thought those words through very carefully. Believe me, I have. I've laid awake at night thinking about it, night after bloody night. And the reality of it is, we are in the most serious trouble we've ever been in your lifetime or mine. I'm going to put up a page of 10 points that I believe we must address if we are to have this nation and this country survive. I'm going to put it up now. I'll just put it up for 5 or 6 or 7 seconds, but I urge you, please pause the video so you can read the whole 10 points. I'm sure you'll understand once you read the whole 10 points. I'll put those up now. G'day again. I'm sure most people can't fully appreciate my heartbreak in having to put that up before you today. But it is reality, it is fact, it is something that we either embrace and do what needs to be done, or we will lose this country. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the reality. Now, I'm going to put up a video which many of you may have already seen anyway, but I want you to just be aware, this is only the first part. I want you to be aware of the fact that this negotiations with the Aboriginals is not really with the Aboriginals, it's with the Aboriginal industry, which is motivated and inspired by communists. And I'll show you a video in a moment that'll prove that to you. And it's exactly the same thing in America. They're doing exactly the same. The communists are inspiring and motivating the Cheyenne tribe to do exactly the same to the American government as what they're trying to do to the Australian government. That's how far and wide this problem is. It is literally the communist takeover of the free world. They've been doing it for 100 years. Anyway, I want to keep it as brief as I can. I will put up this video. You may have seen it, but it's absolutely scary. It's shocking. And I'll come back and I'll explain more about it and what the next step holds after you've seen the video.
He has been willing to acknowledge with thanks that, quote, our communist elders have been an important part of our struggle.
I know you comrades that are listening today will continue to support our struggle, and you are an important part of the struggle, just like our communist elders have been an important part of our struggle.
And Mr. Mayo has been upfront.
I'm sure he'll agree that that's pretty scary stuff. I hope that puts as many people as possible in the picture of just how much of a challenge is before us. There are people around the world, of course, that really love us as Australians. They love Australia, they love us as Australians. Because I do business in America just about every day, 7 days a week, and I often get people saying to me how much they love Australians and how much they'd like to come to Australia and all that sort of stuff, which is just, I'm so proud, I really am. And someone was here recently, a man by the name of Tucker Carlson, you might have heard of him. I think he's wonderful. He did a series of talks around Australia. Very clever man, very intelligent, loves Australia. And I wanted to just put a positive flavour into this video. It's only a minute and a bit long, but Tucker made a lot of friends in his talks around Australia, and I believe it potentially makes even more once he got home. This is a video from Tucker Carlson. It's very brief. I hope you'll watch it, and I hope you're as proud of it as what I am.
Certain people follow different rules because they have more power. And I can tell you, as someone who's living in a country that is becoming that, it's not as nice at all. Now, obviously, I'm on the right side of that, so I guess I'm the beneficiary of it, but I still don't like it at all. I would much rather live in a country where, the people down the street who don't make as much as I do feel every bit as entitled to run their country as I do. I saw that in Australia, and I loved it. I admired it. It made me wistful for what the United States once was. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. But I also left Australia with a kind of sadness, a sort of a poignant feeling, because I felt that Australia was changing a lot faster than Australians understand. And that there is something about the decency of Australians that leaves them vulnerable to change from the outside. And I saw when I was in Australia, a country that was maybe 10 years behind the United States in its evolution away from democracy. And I saw Australia being attacked in exactly the same way that my country has been attacked. And it's a really simple formula. The people who want to change your country, who want to take it away from you, use your best qualities against you. Australia is a deeply compassionate country. You don't shoot the birds that attack your men. And as I said, so Australians have a deep desire to be compassionate, to be decent. What if you were to leverage that against them? What if you were to tell them that they had to obey, but rather than pulling out a gun and sticking in their face and saying obey, because that's hard to do with Australians because they're tough people, they were Gallipoli. It's a tough society. That's not going to work.
Okay, there you have it. I'm really sorry, my fellow Australians, to have to give you that message. I also apologise you didn't get an aspiring, up-and-coming, handsome young video star, nor did you get a professional videographer. However, you now have the information that I think all Australians need. You've seen it summarised. I'm hoping, and indeed I'm asking for your help, because I hope you'll agree, if we are going to save this nation, every Australian needs to see what you've just seen. And I hope I can rely on you to send it, talk about it to as many Australians as you can. I've got further plans that I want to reveal to you, but I'm not going to do that at this stage. But please keep in touch. Keep on Facebook. I love talking to my fellow Australians on Facebook. I've got many, many thousands of people we already do that with. This will be, for many people, the fight of our lives. It's very serious. I'm not proposing violence or lawlessness or anything of any kind. All I want is a fair outcome for all concerned. And I hope you'll join me in trying to achieve that as well. Thank you for your time. God bless Australia. God bless every Australian. Thank you.